Hi guys, welcome back to Gráinne's Home and Kitchen. Today I'm going to make an Irish potato pancake. This recipe came about because when people had leftover potatoes from the night before, they would use the potatoes in the morning for breakfast. Now it's different from a potato cake, which is like more of a solid potato cake that you mix with flour and milk and you fry in the pan. This here has more of a drop consistency, so it's more like a pancake. So what is in this recipe is mashed potatoes. Now I didn't have any left over from last night, so I actually made some this morning when I got up, and also raw potatoes. You're going to add equal amounts of cooked potato, raw potato and flour. So I'm going to use my trusty IKEA grater, love this, and I'm going to grate up the potato. So I peeled 3 potatoes and you need about 250 grams. So I'm going to weigh it and then I'm going to measure it in a cup, because you know me, I'm not too crazy about weighing stuff. I like everything to be easy. If I was making this for myself, I would just kind of judge it. But because I want to give you guys the correct recipe, I'm going to try and get you the measurements. This is the most amazing grater in the world, guys. I should get royalties from IKEA for this. Okay, so we want 250 grams. So let me weigh this. About half a potato, so that's kind of like 2.5 medium-sized potatoes, guys. Okay, so let's see how this measures out cup-wise. I'm thinking probably 2 cups. Sorry guys, I was out of frame there for grating. There's the potato, as usual. Okay, so that's 1. Yeah, so about 2 cups of grated potato here. Now I mashed these this morning with milk and butter, guys, because if you were using leftovers you would have milk and butter. So Kieran is replacing some of the boards on the deck, and Penny is terrified of the holes in the deck, but she still wants to go outside. So she's whinging there. Okay, so that's 255 grams, so that's good enough. Okay, so it's a cup of mashed potatoes and 2 cups of grated potatoes. And now I'm going to weigh 250 grams of flour. It's about 1 3/4 cups. So 1 3/4 cups of flour. Now to this you're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm just going to judge the half spoon, guys. 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda or bread soda. If you're using self-raising flour, you don't need to use the baking powder. So to this you're going to add 300 ml of buttermilk, or about 1.5 cups. But I don't have any buttermilk, so I did explain to you in one of my recipes that you can make your own buttermilk by adding a teaspoon of vinegar to the milk. So I am actually going to do that now. And I'm just going to let that sit there for a minute. And that will sour the milk. Okay, so you can also add green onion to this, guys. This is optional. I just picked some up yesterday, so I thought I'm going to add it into mine. So I'm going to cut this very finely. And as I say, you can add anything to this. If you want to add bacon, you could add bacon, you could add cheese. You know, you can make these your own. You could make a very tasty breakfast by combining all the ingredients, or you can just serve it with the extra ingredients. So now I'm adding my green onion. Okay, so to this we're going to add some salt and pepper. And we're going to add 1 egg to our buttermilk. Now you can see I didn't leave it very long. If you wanted to, you could make it a half an hour earlier. Have it ready. But it's still actually going to have the same effect. I'm going to mix that through. Coat all the potatoes in the flour. You want this to be a drop consistency, so it's going to be quite wet. So I'm going to add in some of my milk, an egg, I'm going to mix it around. These are absolutely delicious. It's a nice twist on the potato cake. And if you don't have enough liquid, guys, just add some more. If you feel like 300 ml isn't enough, there's no harm in adding some extra. There's a lot of factors that, you know, you have to take into consideration. The potatoes might be drier, you know, so like I say, don't be afraid if you feel, okay, that's not really going to be a drop consistency. I better add some more milk. So these are going to be perfect. So of course they're savoury as opposed to our sweet pancakes. So I wouldn't be putting maple syrup over them, but you know what, everybody to their own. If you feel like you want to do that, you can go ahead. Okay, so do we see how they're looking? You can see that they will actually drop onto the pan. Okay guys, so you're going to melt some butter on your pan and you're going to make sure that it's nice and hot. You can see there the butter is sizzling, so that is perfect. So you're just going to take your spoon and you're going to drop your pancakes on like so. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because I don't want them to burn. So turn them down to medium heat at this stage and you're going to fry them on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to turn them now. Okay, so over they go. So you can see, nicely browned. Okay guys, so you can see my pan is very hot there, so I'm going to take off the pancakes. There is our Boxty, and now I'm going to fry up some eggs. Okay guys, so here are our Boxty pancakes with our fried egg. You can see I put the fried egg on top, and I'm just going to cut into them there and show you. So you can see it's a nice soft pancake. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed that video. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, that would be great. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. Take care everybody.